Today marks exactly 1 month since the passing of TikToker Brian Chira, and fans cannot help but honor his memory. Also, TikToker Jude Magambo has tattooed Brian Chira on his back to honor his memory as his close friend.
My name is Chira. I'm Brian Chira.
And finally, on the 26th of March, Brian Chira was laid to rest. Brian Womboy Chira was born in Githunguri, Kiambu County on January 20th, 2001. Chira, at the tender age of 8, lost his mother and was left under the care of his grandmother. Now, Chira grew up in a humble background, facing several challenges, especially financial challenges, with his grandmother taking care of him. Now, in December 2022, Chira came to limelight when he was interviewed by NTV as a road accident witness.
Naitwa Brian Chira. And I saw the whole accident. It happened that a lorry was coming up from the other side and there was a matatu.
That particular video of Chira explaining how the accident had taken place attracted a lot of attention online due to the state in which the witness was. Now, Chira, people could not help but notice that Chira had fluent English, and his slurred speech as well as the humor managed him to actually gain followers on his TikTok platform. Now, in his limelight or in his moment of fame, Chira garnered a lot of followers on the TikTok platform, and he had more than one account. Now, alcohol was the center of Brian Chira's life, as alcohol also made him to cyberbully and talk ill of his friends, fellow TikTokers, and fellow content creators. Now, this made him to brush shoulders with some of them, with actually one scenario of Aziad actually suing him. Now, one moment, Aziad actually sued Brian Chira for defamation after Chira took to social media, that is a TikTok live, where he addressed Aziad and also leaked Aziad's phone number. Now, people do not know how that case went, as most of the fans flocked Aziad's live to actually ask her if she had forgiven Brian Chira prior to his passing. Now, another episode is a moment where Brian Chira also talked ill of Oga Obina after he was interviewed and said that Oga Obina paid him peanuts.
Oga Obina, you gave me 4,000. I don't divide up on idea stana. What is 4,000? What is 4,000 kurudishia sai? What is 4,000? Oga Obina, kuja hapa.
However, later on, when he was sober, Chira acknowledged that he had done a mistake and he was willing to rectify in yet another interview where he looked forward to apologize to Oga Obina in person. Now, on Saturday, March the 16th, according to reports, it is said that Chira was going home after he was kicked out of a joint for causing disturbance. Now, as the fracas went on, one by the name Zalek Mumanyi offered to get him home since he had a motorbike and Chira was very drunk. Now, according to Mumanyi, when they got to Chira's destination, Chira sprinted off the motorbike in an attempt to avoid paying the boda rider, and that is when he was hit by a speeding white Canter. Now, this was a hit and run situation, and also the boda rider took off, leaving Zalek Mumanyi to alert the police officers and to get Chira's body to the mortuary. Now, news of his death flooded the internet, with most netizens being in disbelief and hoping that this was one of his clout-chasing moments.
Hadi wakati tulipigiwa na Baba T, mimi nilimwambia achana, watu ni wenda wazimu, ni nini wanatuambia? Na tukaendelea, tukaassume tu kila kitu. Na Chira atembeangi peke yake. Trust me, hakuwa peke yake.
Now, Chira's life as a TikToker was one that was a bittersweet experience.
Naitwa Chira, Brian Chira. Na kama we si pesa, you cannot give me stress. Unanipatia stress kama nani? As who?
The public knew the name Brian Chira due to the intoxication, and they watched the same fire consume him, turning him into ashes and 6 feet under. Chira severally said that he felt lonely, adding that most of the time he was left alone with nothing but his phone and a bottle of liquor. Now, despite all the drama, it is evident that Chira had a huge fan base. Now, despite all the drama, Chira had a huge fan base, and it was evident to the flocking of his memorial service that happened on the Sunday of 24th March, where people flocked the resort in which the body viewing was happening and where the memorial service was actually taking place. Despite all the drama, Chira had a huge fan base. He had managed to build a community known as the Chira clan, and this was evident yesterday, the 26th of March 2024, as legions of people made their way to Kenyatta Funeral Home for Chira's body viewing. Later, the same legions of people, fleet of cars, over 300 vehicles, and thousands of people flocked to Githunguri area, that is for the funeral service and later to bury Chira. Now, yesterday is when people were shocked by thousands and thousands, legions of people attending Chira's funeral. Now, in attendance were most of his friends, family, and fan base that actually tagged themselves the Chira clan. Now, according to most people, Chira had built a community, that is the Chira clan, and they were there to witness his final send-off. Now, most people know who had attended, but others were not actually shown. Now, in attendance was the Pluto, who actually shocked people as he entered in together with his brother Sam Tollard and the Pluto family at large. Cartoon 47 was also in attendance. Mtumba Man was also in attendance. Kafuri FX, Karo Katru, that is Peter Miracle's baby mama, Tumbili, Kenyan Prince, and of course one of the biggest artists in Kenya, Otile Brown, who actually honored Chira's, favorite song, One Call, in which Chira loved, and according to his fans, Otile Brown had to show up and perform. Now, Otile Brown, in an interview with Kenya Online Media, was able to clarify that this was not cloud chasing, that it was a mere kind gesture just for the sake of the love that Chira had shown for his song.
I think if you know me, you know I'm just nothing. I'm showing nothing but love, at the end of the day. And me, I don't even know the guy,
Now, he made it clear that him to have attended or not attended Chira's funeral, the song still got views. Now, other people that came to the, to the funeral grounds were content creators who were there to actually give real-time information and cover the whole funeral. Now, even Member of Parliament Peter Salasia was in attendance, and he was able to say that he has never seen such, that not even a single politician that he knows could pull the numbers that Chira had pulled yesterday. Now, MP Peter Salasia went ahead to contribute 40,000 Kenya shillings to Chira's grandmother. Chira's send-off was well planned for, with people contributing over 8 million Kenya shillings via the pay bill, and not forgetting about King Rosso, who actually contributed 850,000 Kenya shillings single-handedly. Also, people acknowledged the effort of KRG, the Don, who actually paid for the mortuary bills and also contributed 32,000 Kenya shillings to buy Chira's casket.
I really want to appreciate everybody, but King Rosso really came through in a very big way, right?
Yeah.
Yo, we have to appreciate that.
Yeah,
hakuna mtu ataamka tu siku moja ajenge awapatie 850,000 kufanya matanga.
That's true.
KRG came through, leo amenitumia pesa kulipa bill, the mortuary bill, tukanimeclear, akanunua sanduku, though mimi niliongezea dozi zingine, then ile siku pia kutoa mwili akaclear huko na pia akalipia the inaongaje hiyo gari ya kubeba mwili, yeah, the hearse. So far alimunulia he kept the promise, akanunua suti ya brand na amevalishwa leo actually. So amefanya hizo vitu zote. Who else came through? Many people came through. Wale nilikuwa in contact now ndo wenye wamekuja karibu na nini na mimi, wale ndio walinipatia pesa kufanya kitu fulani, au ndio niweza tusema, but I really want to appreciate everybody.
Okay.
Hata ule kutap screen, ule alitoa shilingi 1, shilingi 2, shilingi 3. May God bless you guys. May God always keep you. May God always remember you in your time of need. Kuna time ule isaidia shosha Chira ile siku ne alikuwa anataka usaidizi wenu, okay? So may God bless you for your kind heart, for being there to support this cause, for believing that I can do this. Kama si Mungu sidhani kuna watu wa believe nime pull up like hiyo crowd yote in the history of, you know, kuchangisha. Sidhani kama kitu kama hii happen, and we saw all TikTokers coming together to just show love. Yeah, just to show love.
Brian Chira's grandmother's request was also honored as Chira was laid to rest dressed in a graduation gown. Now, this is in relation to how Chira was a bright student, according to his grandmother, who scored actually a grade of A- in his KCSE. Chira was also doing well at the Kabarak University. In that week of the funeral preparations, of course, a lot of scandals arised in regards to Chira's passing, and one of them is the saddening news that his grandfather actually refused anything to do with Chira's funeral till the last minute after the 8 million were contributed. Now, as a result, Chira was not able to be buried at those grounds, as he was buried in Githunguri, where the grandmother was raised. Also, Baba Talisha, who was there for Chira while he was alive and even there for Chira after his passing, received a lot of backlash from the online community, and first from the self-proclaimed TikTok president Nyako, who accused Baba Talisha of benefiting from the funeral. Now, later on, Nyako apologized.
You guys, let us preach peace, 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 peace for the sake of the departed soul. I promise I will not talk about Brian again. I will not interfere with anything going on in his burial. Thank you. I promise.
And also, Baba Talisha made it clear through the memorial service that happened on 24th of March at Ruiru, saying that the iPhone 15 that he owned, he did not spend a single coin on, saying that it was a well-wisher that sent him to a phone shop and told him to pick any phone of his choice. Unlike, you know, the rumors that were going around on social media that he had bought the phone using Brian Chira's contribution money. Now, he made it clear that all the details that were put for the pay bill were actually Chira's grandmother's details, and that she has all the money intact. Now, with thousands of people showing up for Chira's funeral, most wished that he had lived long enough to see what would have actually become of him if he had actually worked on himself. But well, if wishes were horses, all beggars would ride. Rest in eternal peace, Brian Chira. Reporting for Kenya Online Media, my good name is Sky Kakwe. Ombachi, let's go!
Ako